So I'm gonna do activate the knee lock, and of course that's what you showed me. It's what it's doing. And as I expected, the problem comes with this. If you look at the, the joint for the knee, the value for translating next for the joint for the knee is -12, right? So if I look at the node editor, in the node editor, you see that you look at the condition, knee lock condition you created, the knee lock condition, the -12 is a value true. How does this work? It's saying if the switch is at 0, right, the value should be this one. The translating X for the knee joint should be -12, which is the value that should be there. If it is not 0, meaning if the switch is on, the value should be this other one. But you're putting here a value positive. So what is happening is that it's sending the joint from a positive place from a negative place to a positive place. Of course, that's switching it backwards. So that's affecting it and going pretty weird. So what we need to do is we need to inverse the value so that this 17 value becomes negative. So and that value, that 17, comes from the distance. You can see your distance tool here is from here to here. We cannot make it negative there. We cannot use a positive value there. We can use a negative value so that value works correctly. So what we need to do for that is we need, before the condition, there is this distance node, and please ignore all that long name. That's because my file, I opened it outside of the group of the project, that's why I have such a long name. But the one we're looking for is the knee lock distance. So we're gonna put between that one and that, and the condition, we're gonna put a reverse node. So I'm gonna press tab, reverse. So this reverse node works is whatever comes positive, it goes out negative, or vice versa. So I'm gonna click from here, I'm gonna grab that distance, I'm gonna plug it into reverse into the input in X. So I need to get the output in X. So whatever is gonna come positive is gonna come back out negative. So the output in X, I'm gonna plug it into this object, other, and I need to plug it into the color defaults. That way false, that way is negative there. So the color defaults in R, which is the first column, and you can see it comes right back negative, right? So now I have a value that is negative. Again, if the switch is 0, the value should be, if it's equal to 0, this value should be this one, which is the correct value that the joint has. If it is not equal to 0, the value should be this other one, which should be that. So let's do that. But we did that the knee, we need to do the same thing for the ankle. So I'm gonna grab the ankle. Same thing. Here's my ankle joint. And here's the condition for it. You can see the same thing, negative and positive. So it cannot be like that. And here's the shape. So I'm gonna put here in between those two a reverse node. So I tab, reverse. And then from the output index of this guy, I'm sorry, the output distance of this guy goes into reverse input index. That's good. And now the output index, sorry, let's click on it correctly. Output index goes into the knee, other, color with false because it's this one, R, right? So now we have reversed the value. You can see that it goes from negative to negative, which is what we want. So let's test it now. Fingers crossed. And you can see now the knee lock works correctly. So it was a matter of reversing the value that the knees needed that. Hopefully that will explain, and of course, again, hopefully that your character is bound. So if your character is bound, you don't have to be worrying about the stuff that I did in the beginning of the video. Alright, that's it. Good luck with it.